Hi, my name is Nick Osborne, aka the Coffee Detective, and today I'm going to demonstrate the Bosch Tassimo T20. So this is described as a hot beverage maker or hot beverage machine, and yeah, it's a pretty neat little unit. As you can see, it's not huge. It's about the width of our our coffee maker. It's about the width of our toaster, so it fits very neatly. Doesn't take up too much counter space. It's quite compact, and basically it uses discs. This is a single-serve brewing machine. Doesn't just make coffee. We'll get to that. But let me just first, before we make something, I'm just going to walk through some of the features here. It has a very simple water tank on the back here. You just flip open the top, fill it up, and you just basically just slide and drop it on the back. It's probably one of the easiest water reservoirs I've seen in terms of taking it out and replacing it. You have a brewing head up here, which we're going to work with in a little while. Here we've got a nice big space for drippage and things like that. But also, let me just show you a couple of features here. If I'm making an 8-ounce cup of coffee, then that fits very nicely between the brew head and the top of the cup. But if I want to if I'm going to go out and I want to make a whole travel mug full of coffee, I can just do that. Or at the other end of the spectrum, let's say that I want to make just an espresso. Well, you see it has this little kind of tongue here and these two slots. I just put it in the top of the two slots, put my espresso cup underneath. So there's huge variation there, which again, this is kind of neat because it is a fairly compact machine, but it does offer you, that variety from the very tall to the very short, which I find useful because, I've had other machines where if I want to make, particularly at the tall end, with in fact this particular travel mug, I have to make it first in a mug and then pour it in here. So that's really convenient, really nice. So now what we're going to do, the machine is on. That doesn't mean to say that the water is all preheated. It's not. The water's at room temperature. I'm going to put my cup in there and we're going to make a cappuccino, which may sound a little odd, but we are. And in a way, this is the main attraction of this brewing machine over others. So it's going to take two discs here. We're going to use one for milk and one for coffee. So here's the milk, and I must admit at first sight I was a little bit I found this a little odd to find the milk in this little plastic disc here. It doesn't go in the fridge. It's good for 3 months. It's flash sealed on the top, and inside there's real milk. So what we're going to do, there's another little tongue here, a little space here. We're going to put that in, close that up, and a little bit of dripping there, and we see here the green light. I'm just going to go ahead and press that, and we're going to start this process where the water, the milk there is now actually going to be heated through a combination of steam and the addition of a small amount of hot water. Now, while this is brewing away there, I want to show you another feature. So we're going to take out the coffee grinds in here, and I'm just going to show you something, because if you think about it, we've got the milk coming in, and then we got the coffee. Now with most single-serve coffee machines, you put in the K-cup or the coffee pot or whatever. Maybe you can set the size of your brew in terms of 8-ounce or 5-ounce or 12-ounce. But basically all the machines do is basically pump water. Well, this is a little different because the needs of the milk here in terms of volume and temperature of water are a little different from the needs of the coffee itself. So what we have here's the espresso roast. It's a nice espresso from Starbucks. We have a barcode, and inside the brew head here there's a barcode reader, so that when you put in different types, whether it's ground coffee or milk or tea or hot chocolate or a regular coffee, the barcode tells the machine how much steam, how much water, what temperature, what duration. So that's a very, very neat feature here. Okay, so that's done. Now, you see it's come over to the other green light here. There's a big warning on the top, and in fact on some of the packaging, do not open the brew head while the process is in place, and I imagine if you do, you just get sprayed with something hot. So now we're going to take that out. The milk is now empty. We put in the coffee wine, and yeah, just at this end here, actually just here, that's where the barcode reader is going to see that that's the espresso coffee, and it's going to brew it at the temperature with the amount of water necessary. So we'll press that again. All right. While that's going, and the whole process is perhaps a couple of minutes start to finish. Like I say, there's more than you can do. You can make the cappuccino. You can make a regular coffee. Here I've got some coffee from Javalia. You can make hot chocolate. Here I've got some Suchard hot chocolate. Kind of interesting, this one. It's in fact not a powder. There's almost like a paste in there. But again, very nice. You don't need to add anything else. No cream, no sugar. It's all included. You can get coffee from Nabob for this machine, from Starbucks, from Maxwell House, and some others that I can't think of right now. There's also some teas. Okay, so now we're seeing, you see the steam now being released at the end here. Now I was, to be honest, I was a little suspicious at the beginning, you know, because I thought, okay, another kind of fancy single serve coffee machine, probably the coffee is going to be, you know, no better than any other coffee. You know, that I could make with a drip brewer or something like that. These were my suspicions, and so, you know, I look at all of these new technologies with a certain amount of suspicion. But now we're done. But I tell you, the thing that converted me totally is this. It's the cappuccino. Like I said, I had my doubts when I saw the milk in a little disc there, and now that the coffee's finished there. So again, no mess, no grounds, no drips. It's all done and ready to throw away. I had my doubts, but this espresso is, the cappuccino is excellent. It's certainly better than most of the cappuccinos I get served in restaurants. And I probably have to get quite a few coffee stores before I'll be served a better one than that. So that's, you know, I'm really happy with that. And so we use it for the cappuccino. I'll use it to make a regular coffee. I'll use it occasionally to make hot chocolate. Now, is this our full-time coffee machine? Well, or rather, should you buy it as a full-time coffee machine? If it's, I don't use this all day, every day, just for coffee, because in the family here, we actually drink quite a bit of coffee, and certainly it's more expensive to make a single-serve cup of coffee with this machine or any other single-serve coffee maker than it is with a drip brewer or a French press. Or even a stovetop percolator or something like that. So, you know, if I was just drinking coffee and we were drinking, you know, 10 cups a day in the household or more, I would hesitate, because it gets to be quite expensive. Now, there's huge advantages in terms of convenience and no mess and no bother. I think where this machine wins is if, like me, in this family, we kind of mix it up a bit. You know, sometimes, you know, I make coffee with it. Make cappuccino with it, hot chocolate with it. I haven't made tea with it yet, but I'm going to try that. And that's where it really comes into its own. And I think that's why they call it a brewing system rather than a coffee maker. Because if you use it just as a coffee maker, you're probably paying more for your coffee than you need to. But if you like the idea of, you know, trying all kinds of different coffee beverages, particularly the cappuccinos, you know, if you go to a coffee shop, I don't know what it costs, you know, certainly around here it's going to cost me sort of $3 or $4 for a cappuccino. So this is certainly a far less expensive way to enjoy a really good cappuccino, and like I say, the quality is excellent. So, you know, I love the machine. I find it very simple, very easy to clean up. If there is any drippage, I can just take this out, I can wash it and put it back. I love the flexibility, particularly for the travel cup there. So overall, like I say, if you want to mix it up and you're going to drink some cappuccino and some coffee and some tea and some hot chocolate and regular coffee, then it's a great machine. And the only time I'd say probably not is if you're a family that drinks a lot of coffee and you just drink coffee. So that's it, the Bosch Tassimo T20. Very, very nice machine. Very pleased to have it.